Argument for this afternoon is none other than Councilor Ludrapo. Ma'am, may we have your opening statement?
Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for having me even on short notice. Actually, wala ko ng lunch, bigla ko imbitahan to sit down. Pero of course, I naman yung opportunity to have any questions that I can answer, that let me know. At least ano tayo, safe tayo, whatever it is.
Alright, let's take questions from the media. Anyone? Yes, sir.
Once, magbaga muna ako dito sa impeachment trials, okay. As one of the petitioners and one of the lawyers under the law firm of Torion and Partners for representing the petitioners, I can confirm that the law firm has already received the motion for reconsideration filed by Supreme Court, or filed by the House of Representatives to the Supreme Court. We received it yesterday, and we have scanned, ako na-scan ko personally kagabi, but we will study it thoroughly this coming days. Then, after we receive the order of the Supreme Court, we're waiting if they will ask us to comment or magdiretso na ba sa oral argument. But whatever the order of the Supreme Court will be, the law firm of Torion and Partners, who are representing the petitioners in this case, is always ready to answer whatever questions may arise. Usually, ang binibigay ng Supreme Court is 10 days from their order. We have not yet received the order from the Supreme Court. Ang na-receive pa lang namin is the filed motion for reconsideration. So when we receive the order from the Supreme Court, kung mag-comment or mag-oral argument, doon na kami mag-start. Pero we're starting now, sir, if you're okay. So examination is yes. So my committee is still the Committee on Peace and Public Safety. I'm also the new chairperson of the Committee on Anti-Terrorism. So right now, one of our priority ordinances is the anti-clamping, the clamping zone ordinance, wherein we noticed that there has been an increase of illegal street parking here in Davao City, and this illegal street parking is contributing to our traffic problems. So we will designate clamping areas in the downtown and other streets in Davao City. So saan bawal na mag-park, if you park there, your vehicle can be clamped. Lalagyan talaga para hindi ka makaalis, babayaran mo before ka makaalis in that clamping area. Other than that, we also have a new proposed ordinance. This is the anti-modified muffler ordinance. Kaning mga bora-bora man po, daghan kaayo sila. Usually aesthetic purposes daw, pero saba mo kaayo. Number one, makasaba kayo siya, it's a nuisance sa sound. Secondly, napos siya issues sa safety. Kaya kaning mga bora-bora na ginamodify ang muffler, usahay, dili na siya up to the standards of DTI, up to the standards of LTO. Imbis na tarong ang paggamit sa motor, na ubang motor, kita na to sa Facebook, for example, under social media, ni butong noon, kaya wala na natarong ang muffler para asa dito. So those are our priorities right now. Yes, ginagawa pa lang. At the committee hearing level, we will have the committee hearing sometime around August.
Right? Next, Carlos.
Okay, good afternoon, Councilor. Okay, on a lighter note, because Kapit Labaya, this Friday, ang Kadayawan is the first Kadayawan na wala si former President Duterte. But of course, what are the expectations po sa atong mga visitors, especially na sa pag-update sa Kadayawan for tourists and locals alike, especially po na wala na bag-o gihapon ang security measures in the major events of the Kadayawan Festival po?
Yes. Actually, we're expecting an influx of visitors now, both local and international. We also have different events that will cater to whatever ang gusto ng mga tao. Meron tayong mga expos that will highlight and showcase the products of Davao City. We also have different seminars and conferences sabay sa Kadayawan. We also have, of course, the traditional Pamulak and Indak-Indak, which a lot of international travelers really want to see. So, highlighting the culture and tradition of the 11 tribes of Davao City. So, we always have something for everybody. My reminder to all our guests, even mga taga Davao mismo, let's always remember the safety protocols that we have in place here in Davao City. We want you to have fun, but we also want everybody to be safe.
Alright, next please.
Good afternoon, Councilor. You mentioned itong flanking ordinance. Do you have, meron na kayong identified areas for ito? Yes. We have several identified areas. Yung specific streets, hindi ko lang may isa-isa hindi ko memorize. But mostly, they're in the downtown area and major thoroughfares here in Davao City. So when you think about saan ba usually ang traffic, doon usually rin bawal mag-parking. So, for example, Quinto Boulevard, Park Castillo, the major streets talaga. Kung saan mataas ang traffic, bawal mag-parking unless it's a designated pay parking zone. Yung pay parking zone, hindi kasali. Since, it's a regulation po within the state, like the big setup or regulation. Hindi ba siya parang amendment sa ating traffic code? Kasi bibigay kayo ng bagong mga regulation. It also includes an amendment of the traffic code because we also include the power of the CCTMO to add the two-class vehicle. Kailangan siya i-add sa power ng CCTMO. Another po, aside from that, yung backpack po sa Kadayawan, meron po ba resolution naman? Oh, yes. As much as possible, we all know na strict talaga ang security measures in Davao City. We would like to remind everyone who will want to participate in the Kadayawan activities that backpacks are still not allowed in our maximum security zone. So as much as possible, if you want to bring personal items, put them in a small bag or a clear container para hindi na masita, hindi nyo na kailangan iwan sa cars or mga motorcycles. So let's all be.
Alright. Alright, stop.
Ma'am, ano lang, continuation doon sa backpack na concern. Kasi parang previously meron kang plan to amend the backpack ordinance to cater yung public naman na sa hangyo.
I understand the hangyo coming from our mothers, our PWDs, and senior citizens regarding the backpack. Understanding namin ng security sector is as long as dili kaayo dako imong bag, because there will be, we will post naman the specific guidelines kung unsa nang kadako ang bag na pwede mo sulod. So for example, if backpack na siya, pero backpack sa bata, gamay kaayo, dali lang ma-check, pwede ka sulod. Pero if the standard backpack is really big, yung size na ng laptop na taas, most likely hindi yan makasulit. So the safest thing to do is, whether it's called a backpack, tote bag, kahit yung tote bag na malaki, bawal eh. So if it's really big, huwag kinadalhin sa loob ng area. But if it's just small, enough na to carry a personal item, wala namang problema ang security sector as long as it has been thoroughly checked at the entrance.
Hold up lang, ma'am. So, there will be no amendments.
There will be no amendment. Internal arrangements na lang based on the event. So some events may allow bigger bags, some events small bags. So event to event basis.
So, ano lang, ma'am, kasi parang if that's the case, ma'am, who will decide kung anong event magkakaroon ng konting adjustments with the backpack?
It will be the safety and security sector led by the TSSO. So for example, during Indak-Indak and Pamulak, because it's a major event and it's mostly a public area where it's difficult to check coming and going, small bags talaga. Pero for example, if doon ka sa mga expo, sa mga trade fair, pwede na siguro yung mga bigger bags, depende kung anong nalaman.
Noah.
I'd like to ask an update lang po regarding the smart pay parking system. Is it also included po yung sa ordinance ng wheel clamping?
I have no information about the smart pay parking system kasi that's with the Committee on Transportation and Pero regarding sa pay parking, we are coordinating naman with the CPTMO and the Committee on Transportation para mag-adjust din naman yung clamping ordinance natin sa pay parking ordinance para hindi ma-confuse yung mga tao. So ang understanding namin is, if it's a pay parking zone, of course, hindi kami mag-clamp. Basta magbayad lang sila doon sa parking.
Alright? Number 2.
The proposed penalty is ranging from 1,000 to 3,000 pesos. Depending, I think, on the size of the vehicle. If it's a small vehicle, for the tao lang, mga 1,000. If it's a big vehicle, like mga bongo, semi-truck, gano'n, mas mahal. Kasi it would be more difficult for CPTMO to clamp it, and it will be more difficult to remove or impound it at the time. So it will depend on the size.
Alright? Number question? Wala na?
Hopefully, we will pass the anti-clamping ordinance before the end of the year. Yun ang goal talaga namin. Pero we are already in the process of procuring yung mga clamps. So once we procure the clamps and the ordinance is ready, go na talaga. So far, we have parang nasa 5 clamps for now. Tapos mag-add na lang sa budget later this year.
Okay, Karen.
Last year also you said that there will be a monitoring on the CCTV law compliance. How is it right now, ma'am? And will there be an amendment or paano siya? And in the sense na maraming establishments na yun.
So the PSSO, which is the lead agency in charge of the CCTV ordinance, has already partnered up with the Business Bureau in checking the different covered establishments for the CCTV ordinance. Right now, since sobrang dami talagang establishments dito sa Davao City, nasa more than 1/4 naman sila. Ang target before the year end is maka 1/2 na sila. So next year na yung balance. At least, ang inuuna natin talaga is the businesses na usual target for mga crimes. So, ano ba to? Mga pawn shops, mga bangko, mga malls, kung saan usually nangyayari. So, other covered establishments, compliant naman sila at first glance. So, binibigyan sila ng additional time to comply. So, we're doing our best and we hope the establishments who are covered under this ordinance, pero hindi pa nag-check ng PSSO, kahit hindi pa kayo nag-check, mag-start na tayo ng compliance. Para next year, if mag-renew kayo ng business permits niyo, hindi na kayo mahihirapan.
Last question, Pastor Ano.
Ma'am, clarification lang sa atong na-push na ba ng anti-muffler, anti-noise ito?
The anti-modified muffler.
Anti-modified muffler. Ma'am, since Senate, since 2022 pa naka-pending na kining ilahang bill, yun na push until now, and nagsalig lang sila sa LTO regulation. So, what will happen sa Tuasis Davao City?
Actually, there are other areas here in the Philippines na kahit wala pang national law, they have their own ordinances regarding the modified mufflers. So we're just following the example of other areas. We want to make sure na kahit walang national law, dito sa Davao City mismo, na-recognize natin ang harm ng mga modified mufflers dito. So what do we mean by modified mufflers? Kaling mga mufflers na pangpapogi lang, good, pangpasama lang, pero have no actual effect on the quality of your ride, gano'n. If it's really cosmetic and pangsaba, modified siya in a sense na modified to increase the nuisance. Pero kung modified siya because kailangan talaga ng motor mo for some reason, exempted naman siya. So, we clarify na lang kung anong klaseng modification pwede, anong klaseng modification ang mahal. Basta saba, nasobra doon ka saba, bawal.
Mga kumpangutan na kung saan kasaba ang sabaan naman.
Actually, naatay decibel, naatay yung decibel readings, no, na required ang LTO. LTO mismo, meron silang nina-issue na memorandum circular from LTO kung unsa lang doon ang acceptable. And actually, ang mga manufacturers ng motorcycles and cars, they know that this is the international standard na pwede sa decibel. So, hilig doon na sila magbuhat o standard muffler na mulampas na. Ang problema nato katong mga aftermarket na mga product na maghimo sila pagpasaba pasabot kay kunuhay mo paspas ang sakyanan. Pero dili pangpasaba lang dito. So we follow the LTO standard, which is also an international standard.
Wala, ma'am, just no party message for me.
So thank you very much for having me today. No, as you brought lang tayo. If you have any more questions, you can always come to my office and ask me. If you have any updates regarding the impeachment process for VP Sara, we will also let you know. So I think that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.